the mistakes or problems genetically, but science needs a lot of experimentation to have enriched the exact knowledge of an issue. In real life, we take a lot of chances until we get the final result. How many times did you fall down before you walk? Good morning. I'm Catherine Omada, and I'm the third speaker of the opposition team. Couples with fertility issues may find a solution on cloning, using their cell's nucleus. Babies with similar features to those who may have born naturally could be made. Scientists from the Cornell University in New York, USA, are speculating that cloning the human male genome could help men with low sperm counts. In men with few sperm, it can be challenging to select the sperm for use in vitro fertilization. Normally, a single sperm will be injected directly into the eggs, but this procedure has a high failure rate. The idea is to genetically clone the sperm so that exact replicas can be produced, enabling the men to have a better chance of conception. Reproductive cloning can be legitimate when treating infertility problems. Nowadays, there are few infertility treatments available, but none of them give the parents the chance of having a child biologically raised. Well, cloning is the solution to that. Some opponents may think that this solution is unethical and unnatural, and you see now that is the most common treatments used by people. If we come back to the 1960 and 1970, vitro fertilization was viewed as the same, just unethical and unnatural. The same happens with reproductive cloning. We also must discuss about the modification of animal genes. Genetically modifying common animals could help to perfect the features. For example, cows that produce milk with no lactose. This will allow a powerful and fast evolution of the animal species. Here's another example. On February 6, 2009, U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the first biological drug from such an animal, a goat. This drug, atrin, is an anticoagulant which reduces the probability of blood during surgery or childbirth. It is extracted from the goat's milk. Cloning has an incredible variety of uses. Don't be blind. Genetic cloning should not be banned. Thanks.
Thank you, Catherine. Now the third speaker from the opposition team, and after him we will go to a 10-minute break during which you can confer with your team members.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and dear Jerry. My name is Matias Pinto, and I want to emphasize that we agree that genetic cloning should be banned because of the potential physical dangers and the profound ethical dilemmas it poses. International scientific bodies with oversight for medicine, research and health, as well as biotechnology industry interest groups support the prohibition. Cloning seems yet as something theoretical, and experiments always have a degree of uncertainty. Even if a perfect genetic cloning is achieved, a high cost of life would be affected. What would happen with genetic diversity or natural reproduction? It's not possible to predict the harms or risk of cloning. Should we discover them later, after the damage is done? Or else, there is no turning back when unsuccessful. There is no opportunity to quit experiment if the subject so decide. Must we wait for experiment to demonstrate the ultimate truth of man? Over a decade ago, the commercialization of human organs was treated to be against the public good. Cloning of human beings is antithetical to the fundamental notions of what constitutes human conception. In addition, the rationale for prohibiting human cloning is that it entails commodification of human embryos derived from laboratory manipulations and put society at risk for the untoward results of flawed and unethical experimentation on humans. Besides, the prohibition is a declaration that the force to engineer human embryo in this way is off limits to the method of trial and error. Dear audience, how far people are determined to achieve their own desires becoming selfish? It's more important to waste money on this experiment than give a better lifestyle to poor countries? We don't think so. You know that the most important kind of freedom in this is to be what you really are. You trade in your reality for a role. You train your sense for an act. We, as a team, don't believe genetic clones can trade in our reality for a role or an act. In fact, genetic clones would lead to racism, discrimination of ethnic groups and among social classes, because won't be free or cheap? Of course not. So I ask you, would everyone else have access to a better medical treatment? Will cloning organs or people be for everyone else? It is a hope or reality? Well, my dear audience and opponent team, let me tell you that through years, equality has been fought in all aspects of life, and one of them is health equality. It really exists. Cloning for helping people is just an excuse, because up to now, that equality doesn't exist. To finish my arguments, I would like to quote Abraham Maslow, a psychologist and writer. Musicians must make music, artists must paint, poets must write. What human beings can be, they must be. They must be true to their own nature. Thank you very much.